Hey Kay, can you hear me? Hey Kay, can you hear me? All right, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Hey y'all. Ooh. Hey, hey. Hey Alex. Hey T Bliss. Hey hey Bambi. I'm just trying to wait for people to get here because I know Jazz was still doing her live. It's over? Okay, cool. All right, y'all. I'm gonna drop the link. All right, y'all. What's going on? I know it's been a while, child. It's been a minute. I already know. I've been gone for a minute now. I'm back with the jump off. Back with the damn jump off one time. Apparently, I've been gone for too long. Hold on. You said, wish I had gone to the liquor store yesterday. Ain't got shit to drink. Look, don't feel bad. I'm over here sipping on orange juice, and I was about to enjoy watermelon, but it don't look appetizing, y'all. It look kind of mush. I think it's kind of overripe. I don't like my watermelon to be overripe like that. That's not cute. So, anyways, how's everyone doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight? How's everybody? Y'all good out there? Look, let me tell y'all. So here's the thing, right? I'm just gonna jump right into it. Oh, here go D Star. Look, hey D Star,
Hey, my brother from another mother.
how are you doing, sir?
All right, and you?
I'm here. That's about all. I'm trying to get my thing set up right. There you go. Hey Bambi.
Hey, how y'all doing?
All right,
Hey,
we
best
good.
friend.
Hey, D Store.
So
You was
look,
over
look, I see y'all. Look, I see everybody was carrying on last night. I mean, not last night, but carrying on tonight on YouTube.
You saw me trying to
Uh,
take up with you. I
What you
uh
said, Bambi?
I said you saw me trying to take up for you. Bridget was over there trying to pass you around, child.
Look. So here's the thing, right? So and I'm not gonna say too much on it because somebody gonna take it the wrong way and just run with the wind with it and stuff.
Just leave it
But it's
alone.
it's cool. It's fine. I can sit here and dish stuff, and I can take it. It's all fun and shade and stuff until sometimes when it's redirected at certain people, and then it becomes not so fun. So with that being said, that's why I don't sit here and really, as far as get too hyped up about it because it just depends on the person. I just happen to be a person to where I don't really let public opinion dictate who I am. And so I take it with a grain of salt. That's why I don't let stuff as far as get next to me,
I
and
wasn't
things of
talking
that
about the
nature.
Butch Queen comment. I was talking
Well,
about
no,
when she
well,
was talking about.
not just with that, but just with the overall thing,
I
because
don't even.
it
I
was
don't
other
think that
things.
was shade though.
No, it wasn't
She
shade.
didn't. She
I
didn't
didn't
know what
take
it. She didn't know what it meant.
I didn't take it as shade at all.
Okay.
I'm just saying as far as just overall, as it just pertains to certain things that I just heard was said. That's all. You know.
Here you go.
What? I'm just saying, this is some things I heard.
Quit li- Quit
I was
listening
sitting
to
in the background.
hearsay.
I was sitting in the background listening quietly, either minding my business, eating my ice cream.
Child. When I saw that comment where you said that you was like, I'm over here eating my ice cream, just waiting on the link to drop. I was like, oh Lord. I was like, child, somebody about to get got
Oh
together.
Lord, here we go. Look, here we go. Hold on, y'all.
That's Bridget. I ain't about to play with her. I already know who coming in.
You
I already knew
already know.
that was her.
Shut up. Shut your ass up.
You can
You
hear her
know,
coming a
you
mile
know,
I
away.
you know,
already,
you
I
know she
already,
told me.
I already knew.
Shut your ass up.
I already knew. I ain't about to play with her. I said, child.
Oh shit.
Mm-mm. Say
Why? Hold
bye.
on. Wait a minute.
Bye
Girl,
Hold on, y'all.
bye.
Wait a
I
minute.
ain't say,
Wait a
this
minute.
your
Why?
man. Look, say bye.
Wait a minute. Why I still got this? Hold on. I gotta change my banner. I didn't even
For
realize I still
real.
had the same. I
Oh,
He
thought
you
this
still
looking
changed.
got
right at
Tony on
me.
there?
He
My
looking
bad,
right at
y'all.
me.
I'm sorry. I hadn't been online in so long that I hadn't changed from when I did the show.
Tonisha.
Okay, looking like a snack.
Good old
Hey.
Tonisha.
Look, don't y'all start.
Y'all talking about, oh, look, oh,
Okay, how you
damn,
get? Hold on. How you get this shit up
I
off
want
it
to get
real
my
quick? Hold
food.
on.
I was holding on. Everybody
Lord, get
talking
your
about,
Savon.
food, girl. You got time.
Savon.
It ain't
Savon, you
like I got
good?
a
Savon.
job to go to.
I'm good, girl. I want folks to say what they gotta say and quit putting
I
out them
do too,
subliminal
girl.
messages, girl. Just say
I
what you
do
gotta
too, girl.
say.
Okay.
But what
Look,
else can
Savon,
happen?
Savon was sitting in the background sipping her drink, waiting on the link to drop, girl. Okay.
I saw the link when it dropped. I'm like, say what you gotta say. Shit.
who said something? Who didn't say what they were supposed to say?
The
I'm,
girls are
and
fighting.
whatever was said,
You're
just
so
address it,
silly.
girl.
Y'all are just silly.
Zylan, you can put your hand down.
Look,
You
if
ain't got
I
to
said
knock in your butt.
address
You
it,
can
Mm.
put your
girl,
hand
say what you gotta say.
I'm
Oh,
just
girl.
saying.
Lord,
I just want to
Zyla,
know the
Lord, this,
truth.
Zyla
Lord,
done
this,
put,
a, this, a,
Zyla
this a
done put
free
her hair up in a
country.
bun, honey. She ready.
down. Right.
Wait, she put
This
her
a
hair
free.
up in the
This a
bud and
free
shit. What she
country.
done did? She done
Yes.
you know?
This a free country. I welcome all. I'm an
Oh,
equal
God.
opportunity. This a free country. We can all
I'm just
speak our mind.
confused, girl. That's all.
That's
Zollar,
what the people.
Mm.
That's what the people love about us. Is that we all speak our mind.
Yes, God. And
Oh,
we don't go around the bush, girl. We chop them hoes down and just say what you gotta say, girl.
Look, at the end of the
hmm.
day, I read for somebody to sit here and say it directly on camera and sit here and say it off camera and say it behind my back, and I don't know. So with that being said, that's why I'm letting. That's why I said what I said. I don't take stuff to heart because of the fact that it is what it is. That's just what it is. And so with that being said, I just sit here and do me. That's all I can sit and do.
Girl, that's still indirect, girl. Ain't no need you addressing if you ain't gonna say it. And if I said it, whatever I said to whoever because I knew it was gonna get back. I ain't gotta have behind nothing.
It's
I'm
not. It's
confused because
not.
I didn't
It's
hear
not
nothing
indirect.
that was worth all of that. But anyway, Savon, where you steal this cup from, child?
Girl, I got a whole set.
From what restaurant, girl?
Girl, I got it from TJ Maxx,
Oh, you know that's them
Moscow Mules cup.
what you
You
Mister,
drinking
see,
on?
here's what I don't
Mister, did
like.
you?
So I feel like, because like people know me, I say what I gotta say, and I say it wherever, online or whatever. And I
I'm like
feel
that
like when
too.
we say subliminal things and not just address whatever what was said, I think you leave it out there. Get the shit off your heart and mind.
Well, that
But
was my
I
only
don't
thing
think
is
it's
that
anything subliminal.
I
I got to
just
get
see
some
him.
off my chest, though.
Well, what was the
What you got to
subliminal?
go?
I don't
The
get it.
hair,
Can I get some off my chest?
the
Can I get
hair,
some off my chest?
Yes,
the
Diesel. Go
hair.
ahead,
Oh,
child.
What
Lord
Well,
hair?
real quick,
Jesus.
this is for Mister and Bambi
Uh-oh.
Oh Lord,
because I had to do a playback.
Uh-oh.
There
what
was an
happened?
interview that you did,
Hmm.
Bambi. You commented, but I only came in one time to speak to Mister, and I came out. The chat went left when they started talking about trade.
That's why
Oh,
I
We
God.
left.
Let
normally
me
joking,
stop.
we normally joking tease in on our platforms over here about trade. So
Mhm.
that's where all that came from. So
Oh,
it went,
you talking about Tony
No,
yeah,
interview?
yeah.
yes, but that we
So
already
but Bambi
well,
was talking to me.
Oh.
But I had already left the live because I was moving.
yeah, I had
So
already
when I
explained. We had already talked about that.
okay,
Yeah.
I was
I
clearing
know
my
you had
end to
your,
let you.
no, I know you had your stuff going on, but
No, I figured
I had
when
already
you
got.
go ahead.
No, I just want to say I had already seen him got the 411 on everything, like on what was going on after
Gotcha.
I got off the live. So I didn't feel no ways about it. Like I said, it's all when you in the public like that, things just happen. Things will go as planned. And when you go in live, things will go as planned. So things just happen. And sometimes it just be over petty stuff. Which in that case, it was over something that was completely petty
Yeah.
and
And
irrelevant.
that
But
that was somebody in the comments. So when I spoke to you,
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't know what I was talking about, it went left, and I left it alone. And Miss Thing in the comments kept trying me. Actually, she tried a few people, and I tried to leave it alone and keep it cute. But she kept coming and how I'm set up. That's why I left the chat altogether, because I was like, you know what? I don't want to take away from the interview. This is not even what it's about. That had nothing to do with what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I politely excused myself, because I know how I am. I can go tit for tat and I will go back and forth with you. But I was like, you know what? Let me just politely just go on and leave so they could finish their interview. Because when Tristan had commented on it, she tried to come for him, and I was like, you know what? Let me just
Mm.
go on and leave, because I know how I'm set up. I'll be done went back and forth with this all day.
All right.
pretty
Thank y'all.
much.
Oh, you leaving out?
I can't. Man.
Oh my God, I cannot.
That's crazy.
But look, here's the thing.
Yeah.
The reason why I be sitting in the background don't say nothing is because at the time I was taking a break, but I wanted to be supportive. So with
Mm-hmm.
me being supportive, I wanted to still be a spectator, but I didn't really want to sit here
Right.
and comment because I just, as you know, okay, case in point, Bambi, you sent me a text. Did you not? Did I respond back to you?
No.
See, but I mean, I haven't seen him talk to
And I
anybody.
don't feel
So
no type of way about it. But
no, I just
we
said,
already
I
had a
just yeah.
conversation about, sometimes you have to take a break and step back. So I didn't feel no type of way about it.
And that was
I'm
my
not gonna
whole
lose
thing
sleep
is,
because the
is
bitch don't
that
text me back. Not calling you a bitch like that, but it's just
and that was
that's just
the only thing
how I thought. But
is that it wasn't no it wasn't as far as nothing the reason why I don't be coming. I just be sitting back because I want to be supportive and I still want to watch it. I just sometimes I just don't want to be interactive. And unfortunately, this was a weekend that just so happened to people that know offline. If you know, then you know, and if you don't, then I don't, like I said, I don't try to as far as bring everything because I don't want to, and I know Savon, I know you're gonna know what I'm talking about when I say this, but I don't want to come across the person that's, as far as coming around as the person as woe with me and all that other stuff and bringing that kind of energy. So if I know my energy is not right, then I don't sit here and try to, as far as cross paths with people because then it looks like I'm being shady when I'm not. And so because of that, because I've had that experience with a person, who I won't mention or whatever that happened with to where, we kind of had, as far as some worse stuff because they felt some kind of way because of stuff that's happened. I've learned not to sit here and as far as, like just I just be laying low. And so it's just taught me to, as far as just lay low and just, do what I gotta do. And then, when I'm good, then I'll be back. But I don't, as far as, if I check out, it's nothing that, bad is going on necessarily as far as in terms of like, I done, died and went to heaven. It's just that's just what it is. I mean, that's everybody has their own way of dealing with stuff. So, with myself, that's just that's just my current way. And so
Well, you posted a message that said you wasn't feeling well.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that's basically, what it, all surrounded. And like I said, it's been a hellish of a past 48 hours, but I said, you know what? I'm good. I'm gonna come on Jasmine Live tonight. I'm gonna show my face and everything. I'm gonna get back into the groove of things because here's my thing, and I'm very transparent when it comes to matters of mental health and matters of dealing with stuff. Sometimes you have to learn how to get your shit together and move forward, and you can't just sit there in the stuff of what you're going through. You got to learn how to pull it together by the bootstraps and just go forward. Like it's okay to take that moment, but don't stay in that moment for too long. Because if you stay in the moment for too long, then it's gonna come across as nobody gonna really want to fuck with you. Because every time you turn around, they're gonna be talking to you, and you know you're gonna be always talking about sad shit. And let's just be honest, that's not. I don't even with myself. It's depressing when you got somebody who is never positive at all. So with that being said, that's just my whole logical thinking on that. But as far as and then with the thing, look, I'm just joking. Go. Really, honestly, I felt no kind of way when you mentioned the comment. I'm just sitting here laughing at it because I thought it was funny, and that's just what it was. I promise you, I did not take it to heart. You do not owe me no apology. I don't know.
I didn't mean, but
I
I didn't
just
mean
know.
that. I did not mean it like that because I
And
didn't know what it meant. So I'm sorry.
it's like I said, it's no tea, it's no shade, it's nothing. Like it's all good. Like even right now, I know 1,000% that I'm like 75% at functional right now. And that's the reason why I think Shayla or somebody had mentioned the comment when I had said what I said that it sounded like I had a problem. No, I don't have a problem with anybody. I just some shit just happened and I just had to get myself together. That's it. I promise to God. That's all it was. It was nothing as far as intended towards nobody. And I just happened to drop on the live tonight just because of the fact that, I said, okay, I'm gonna stay consistent with that at least and still be a watcher. But as far as me having a particular issue,
But
like,
I'm
life
lost.
is too short.
I think when you post stuff like that, like Savon said, you posted something saying that you weren't feeling good, and just knowing your background and everything, it's not uncommon for people to want to check on you to make sure you're okay.
But
Right.
see, the problem that I have with that though is everybody in here
Asking
at
you.
least knows. No, it's not even about asking me because I'm not gonna tell his private healthcare information. That's for him to tell.
Right.
Mm.
But just like you can ask me, Tristan has been very transparent about what his Instagrams are, etc. He where
Yeah.
he at. Check on him directly if you want to. Because what was I gonna say? He done already said he wasn't feeling well. So what was I? What else was I gonna say? I
Well,
won't say
no,
You didn't
nothing.
have to say
I
nothing. It
told him.
was just,
no.
hey,
So here's the
Rachel.
thing. You mean so like as far as like with the thing of me resting and stuff. The reason why I was kind of tickled at it is because there was a moment of silence, and then Jasmine turned the camera and she cracked up laughing. I was like, okay. I was like, I catch it. It's a little shady, whatever. I didn't see and feel that way from you because you made the comment. I just see him like I said. I was just being a spectator. Observing or whatever. And then I know she mentioned about, that she sent me a message. Honestly, I didn't even see Jasmine's message to be honest with you
Don't
because of
give
the
all
fact
that
that
energy.
yeah,
Don't do
but I'm just saying that I did not see it because of the fact that I wasn't, as far as responding to anyone, because even as Bambi said, I hadn't even responded to him, because of the fact that, whatever I was dealing with, I just was dealing with it offline. And like that's just what it was. So with that being said, I see when people text me, but I don't actually go inside of the text and actually look at the message. So when I, got online tonight, I was waiting for the link to drop because normally the link is dropped, or whatever wherever it's dropped at, but I didn't see it at that location. So I just said, well, I'm just gonna sit back and just wait till the link is dropped, and that's what I did.
Girl, I put an
That's all.
APB out on your ass, girl. And I had my homegirl say, okay, as soon as Mr. come back on, hit me up and I'm gonna and I just came on right now. The APB got
Girl.
back. I just want to say, how you doing, girl? I miss you.
Oh, Rachel.
Oh, that's and I
that.
and I and I appreciate that. And with the whole health thing, like I said, that's no secret. It's all on my channel. I got sickle cell. Everybody knows. You know, it's whatever. It is what it is. It ain't going nowhere. It's part of me. It's life. Deal with it. That's my philosophy on it. So if shit goes wrong at times and don't know expect it, then I deal with it then. And then once I'm past whatever I'm past, then I hop my ass back on camera and I keep going. So that's all.
Period.
So on a lighter note, when the last time you been on top of a
Okay,
table?
can we move on? Ooh,
Hey, wait, real quick.
Wait, honey,
Real
what?
quick, real quick.
a
I just
table.
wanted to say, I care about how you feeling, Mister, and I'm sure we could speak for everybody on this panel too. When I say that,
Yeah.
that was it.
I appreciate that.
And
Really, I
we here
do.
for you. We
What
here.
What the
what
shit I just
what
said?
kind of table was this? Was food involved?
I said
What
I
was we
hope I
doing
can
on this
speak for
table?
everybody
No,
when we
not you,
say
Rachel. I'm talking about D Store.
He talking about D.
Oh, what did you say?
What am I missing?
All I heard was something about a
He was
table.
he was about to say something, and then mid conversation he had stopped because when other people talk, it as far as it amplifies the noise. So yeah, he didn't finish his sentence what he was saying.
Um,
D Star, you still there?
on a
When
lighter
y'all
Yeah,
note,
talking,
I'm
you
back. Sorry about that.
okay?
Oh, okay. Why y'all
Yeah.
acting surprised about a table when we say table? When the first thing when we say table, we think of missile.
Because Mister will jump on that table real quick.
Right, and
Don't.
that's why I'm asking when the last time he was on top of a table.
Well, I hadn't been on.
It
I
was a
hadn't been
couple
on
weeks
top of.
ago. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I about to say it's been a minute. As you can see, ain't no table in the background. Ain't no table in the background tonight,
who
child.
left?
I'm just
Oh man.
coasting. I'm just coasting out, and that's it. Ain't no table in the background going on. Like when I tell you, I like, and then on top of that, like I was so over it because of the fact that I wanted to do the show Friday, but child, the way Friday was set up, it clearly wasn't happening. So I was glad. I don't know if Savon, did you go live Friday?
Girl, I went live because I wanted to talk about Jada's response.
Yeah.
And that's why I was hoping your ass was
Mm,
go.
so
I was like, well,
so
girl,
that's
I got
what.
to get this out my spirit.
That shit was
Yeah, so
weak.
that's the other thing. Like his, I was definitely happy to see that somebody went live. Since I did not go live Friday, I definitely was happy to see it. Because of the fact that like I said, we all started a thing off of just something that happened as a thing of us coming together because of quarantine. So I was happy to see that y'all was on live and carrying on. I was up there watching and getting my life of hearing y'all talking about y'all views of this whole August and Alcina shit, even though quiet is kept. I'm sick of these damn entanglements or whatever you want to call
She
it.
said
But
an entanglement, girl. Hell,
Entanglement.
I wasn't gonna go live on Saturday because I wasn't really feeling it.
yeah,
My
and I saw that. I
I
saw that.
wasn't.
So
I did too.
Entanglement.
D Star, have you
National
been in an entanglement before?
Huh?
I
He
said
was
D Star.
asking D Star if he's been in. Will said fucking entanglement relationship. She tried to play that shit real nice and entangle. He said, Jada, what's an
Mm-hmm.
entanglement?
Wait,
man, I wish.
she said that's what I said. He said, no, that's not what you said. That's not what you said. You said entanglement. It was a relationship. Say it what it was.
Girl, I was so
Now
confused.
I wish that Jazz. I wish that not Jazz, but I wish that Brandon would have. I wish that Brandon was on here because I really wanted to get more in depth with his story because I came in like
Uh-huh.
midway, and
Yeah,
that's the reason why I
they
didn't want
didn't
to
break
speak
that
on it too
down.
much, on it. But I wanted to see and get more into the story of what happened with the dude because by the time I came in, it was to the point where you know, like I caught as far as obviously it was a dude, excuse me, of something that a situation was
So
going on with.
him and the dude met on the app. When they first
Okay.
met, it was all good. Like neither one of them wanted to be in a relationship. It was just to meet up, play, do their thing. Brandon,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, he's old boy has been introduced to some of his family members. Brandon said he's
Mm-hmm.
caught feelings in the interim. They've been in a threesome. It was old boy's first threesome, so they have more of a connection that than he initially expected to have.
Mm-hmm.
And so his thing is he's into old boy now. And he was like, so old boy lives like a mile away. He noticed that he's on the apps all day long. And he noticed
Oh
today
God.
it's one of those apps that will tell you their location. And he was like
Right.
68 miles away.
Yeah,
And he was like,
child.
okay, so what? Either that or grinder. And he was like, I don't really know
Anything.
Mm-hmm.
what's up. You know what I'm saying? Should I say something? I was like, well,
And
if
he done
y'all,
introduced him to the
if
niece.
and he introduced him right. But I said what you need to do is either have a discussion because I mean he could be feeling the same way. But if you guys both have stated you didn't want a relationship, he's open to
No,
do whatever he
Savon.
want to do.
I've literally been in
Hold
that
on. So did they have an
situation
understanding at the beginning
at the
before
That
anything
beginning.
that they
happened?
didn't want to be in a relationship, yes, but I don't think he expected to have the connection that he has with him.
I've
Yeah, I don't
literally been
think
in that
so.
situation that he has been in, and that's why I wanted to. I wish Jasmine would have dropped the link while he was on there because I wanted to talk to him actually about that. That's why I was like, you can't come to. He trying to play big boy games and come into a game with the wrong piece. Like you
How
can't.
old is he?
I think he said he's like 30, if I'm not mistaken.
31, 31, 31.
31.
Mm-hmm.
31.
I believe so.
Older than me.
That's why I was
But I
About
like, he's
5
mean,
months.
confused. He doesn't know what he wants. That's why I was like, you're getting confused, and then you sitting up here talking about the boy want to meet your niece or whoever the little girl he was raising. I'm like, you doing too much. You don't bring somebody that you supposed to be friends with benefits or just your fuck buddy, and then trying to you doing too
Right.
much.
Yeah, that
I
right
don't
there
You
think that
is
trying
he
to
really expected
he's
to feel the way he felt though,
he's
because
Yeah, I
he
don't
he
but
even.
said that he
he's still allowing himself to get caught up. Why are
agreed.
you why are you bringing this little girl around somebody that doesn't he has no interest in you like that? You're setting yourself up for failure.
But those are the best life lessons.
And he's
He
already
said
met the
But that's
niece.
a dumb lesson to learn. Like that doesn't even make sense.
I
You're
can't
sitting up
say,
here.
I
but
won't say
see,
it's a
but I
dumb
can't say
lesson.
it's a dumb
That
lesson
is a
because he
dumb lesson.
said
When you bring
he's
children into
saying
something
he's
Mm-mm.
but he's saying
that's a dumb
that
lesson.
Don't
he's saying
agree.
okay, we
How
get
you
it.
figure?
We get that you feel it's a dumb lesson, but he don't feel it's a dumb lesson. He said he
To
was a
introduce a
recovering
child to a fuck
for.
buddy or somebody that you
I
have no
mean, but
interest
women,
The
but,
thing
in.
is,
but wait, but wait, women do it
Wait.
every day. They do it every day, and if he's
And
hopeful
it's
that it's
still
gonna go
done.
for, but
Oh
that's
my
his.
God.
But
Hold
listen,
on a
See,
second.
this
that's
Wait,
the
wait,
is
one
hold on,
thing,
hold on.
Bambi. This is the
we.
thing
Bambi
that you need to
hard.
No,
understand.
no, no. I
When
want
Bambi,
you
you gotta
bring
understand that
when you
you
bring
have a certain
children,
experience. You have a certain experience. Not everybody has your experience. So the lessons
it's
that
not
they need
even
to learn
about
for
my
themselves,
experience.
and they need
but
to
I
learn
think
for
it is.
You
themselves.
can learn it by
Hold
yourself,
on,
but
wait a
why
minute.
bring the
Hold
child
on.
into that situation?
Hold on. I need to get the child. Hold on. Okay, hold on a second, baby. Savon, I need explain to me about the child situation because I
He
keep
didn't
getting
dive
lost on
into
it.
the
He
child
didn't dive into
situation. I
that.
just know it's his niece, and I think he's helped raising her, or he's a direct influence in his life. So he just mentioned that old boy has met family members and has met his niece, who he's really
So
close to, and he
He
really
said
wants to
the boy
be,
wanted the niece. He wanted to meet his niece.
and he wants to be in a relationship. He wants to be in a relationship with old boy. So but I told him he needed to have a discussion with him about where he wants to be long term before doing any of this. You get what I'm saying? Because I
right.
don't
So
believe
hold
you
on.
need to let family
Basically,
members meet if you not really going for the long haul.
basically, the dude wants to chill and kick it, and he ain't on that. Brandon wants something more. He wants the relationship. He wants everything else.
But
Like he's
but the
coming
niece
into
is
this.
the niece is an underage child or is an adult.
No, it's a little girl.
She's a child. There's nothing
She's a child.
sexual there. I think he
No, no,
just
Okay.
no.
wants to
Okay.
It
know his
wasn't. It wasn't
people.
like that. No,
Yeah,
Okay.
he just
but
want to know his people.
yeah. So he wants to play the boyfriend role without the title,
Title.
basically. So that's where Brandon is getting caught up in his feelings because he's doing everything that a boyfriend would do and want to do. They having good sex, they hanging out, they going on this and that and
Yeah.
introducing family members and everything else. But he doesn't want that title. And then he's still messing with dudes on top of that. So that's why I was saying he's setting himself up for failure when he's introducing the little girl because the little girl, they may fall out over something stupid, because Brandon may get caught up because he's still messing with other dudes and this and that and da da, da, and then introducing a little girl. That's why I said that's a dumb mistake to do. Why are you sitting up here introducing this little girl and then she end up catching a bond with the dude and it's nothing more than what it is. Like
So
Okay.
y'all can be
But they're
friends and
only
introduce
hanging
the little
out
girl
once a
as
week.
friends, this and that, that's fine. Brandon wants more. The dude doesn't.
but that's the thing. We don't know if old boy don't want to knock. Because I don't think
He
Brandon
already told him that at the beginning.
that was at the beginning, and Brandon didn't want anything at the
Boo.
beginning. You don't
Okay.
know
Hold on,
how the
Bambi. Hold
things
on,
may have
Bambi. Let us
changed.
speak. Let us speak. Let us speak, Bambi.
So it might
I
change.
did.
Well, the only thing that I said that he needed to do was to have a conversation to see if where old boy is at. And I
Mhm.
agree. If old boy is at the same place where he still don't want anything after y'all have known each other for a while, then I agree. You don't need to be introducing him to family. He don't get those privileges. He just get to hang, chill, and that's it. Because I agree with Bambi. That's a dangerous situation because he don't need to have bonds with people if he's not going to be long term. But I
Right.
do feel he needs to have that discussion before having her or him meet. Because I don't think that Brandon initially when they met, he wasn't on no relationship shit. I think he just got caught up in everything's good.
Right. Okay.
He
So here's the I'm saying. Okay. Cool. So here's the thing. So with that being said, I do not think that it was a dumb mistake as far as for him introducing the man to the child. Here's the thing. I feel like what happened. I feel like that I look at it like this. We all are on certain levels in life. Just like when you think about it, you have some people that are maybe further advanced emotionally than others. You may have people that may not be as further advanced when it comes to emotionally understanding certain things can lead to certain other situations, meaning that for every action, there's a reaction. So with that being said, if he came into this thing and it was an understanding as far as of him, not, okay, like you're gonna do this thing and that's gonna be that, and then as a result of that, because he got caught up in the mix and he didn't, as far as going there with his guard up, now it's a thing of where he done started falling for the dude. I would say that that is more of a thing as a human emotion from a standpoint of somebody who, as far as could still be discovering themselves as far as it pertains to their feelings and stuff when it comes to, okay, maybe I do want a relationship because here it is. I've been messing with this dude. We've been consistent. And as a result, things have started to sit here and, blossom as a result. And now we're here at the point of where, I'm starting to catch feelings. And here I am starting to introduce this man to my family, members and stuff like that. So I would say it was more of a human emotional response because he got caught up not realizing, that, hey, if that's what it was at the beginning, then that's what it was. So, if it was just a honest mistake, it's just a mistake. I don't think it was a dumb mistake. I feel like that it's just one of those things that we all have to learn for ourselves. I personally would know better because I've done a lot of crazy stuff in the past that was similar to that. However, like I said, we all go through things in life at certain points, and we all are not that as far as advanced emotionally to realize, on things that would get us, I guess, and put in certain situations, if that makes sense.
the reason why I said that it would be different if they were, friends with benefits and they were kicking it and they weren't messing with anyone outside of them too. They're messing with each other, other people, doing this, doing that, doing their thing. And the other dude, just going based on how Brandon explained it, he was in his feelings or, felt some type of way that the dude was messing with other people.
Yeah.
That's
On the
why
app.
that's why I made the comment of why I made that comment.
Hmm.
Had they just been
I
kicking
can.
it, because you can be friends with benefits and be messing with just one person, and
Yep.
y'all kicking it or whatever, and then you catch feelings. I can understand that. But what I was saying, because like I said, I was in that position. I already been there, done that. That's why I was like, I don't know how old he is, but niece, daughter, like
Run.
you gotta,
Run. Yeah.
you need to, you falling in too deep on something that is not for
It
you.
was fun.
That
That's it.
Well, see,
situation
but
is
that,
not. I mean, you may
but
be
even with
in that situation, but if you can't handle that situation, I've been asked, how can you separate sex from
Emotions.
catching feeling? Yeah, that it's like if you're gonna be friends with benefits, okay, y'all can be cool and kick it. I can do that. Certain people can't because you're going to catch feelings. You can't sit up here and play boyfriend, play house, and then not expect to catch feelings. You sit up here if it's a hookup. A hookup is you come in, boom, bang, do what you need to do, nut, leave. It ain't no chit chat. It ain't none of that. It ain't none of like
but
you're not
everybody ain't
catching
built that
feelings.
way. Everybody
That's
not
why I
built that
said.
way.
That's why I
Because
said.
cause I,
That's why I
just
said a
like you
hookup
were, I
is
was in
one
the same.
thing. A friends with benefits is something different. A friends with benefits to me is you're still friends at the end of the day. You may do what you do, but you still, may call, check in, hey, what's up, hang out, let's go to the bar, whatever, what, a hookup is something totally like we're not about to sit up here and talk and chat and like no, you don't catch feelings
It's
on no
in
hookup. Like all the
and
well,
out.
some people don't. Let me not
Right, that's what I'm about
speak
to
for
say. Cause
everyone.
Because
But it,
Some
I'm
do.
about to say, wait
because
a
it is
minute
some
now.
people. It is some
speak,
people
I'm
that sit
speaking
up
from
here
the
and
speaking from experience. Speaking from experience, I had the same situation that happened to me in August of last year, and it ended a good friendship because of that.
Mm.
because
But
feelings
like you
got
said,
involved because it was
friendship,
technically
that's the
just a
friends with
hookup.
benefits.
No, it was no benefits. No,
You
it
just
was
said
just a
friendship.
friendship. Right, it was a friendship, but we didn't
That's
never
not a
cross that
hookup.
line. Right, but I'm saying he brought somebody in as a hookup. That's
You
where
hooked up
things
with a
start coming
friend.
because
But
another
isn't it
person
still a
came
hookup if it's
in
a
and
one
that
night
person
stand
caught
period?
feelings is what I'm trying to tell you, Bambi. The person outside of the friendship caught feelings. The same thing that you just said. But technically it was supposed to be a hookup. And that's why they say it's not good to have threesomes because in the end, one person is always gonna miss out.
I need you to break that down. You were in a relationship and you brought somebody in.
No, it was not a relationship. I had a best friend. We never had sex.
No, that's why I said break
And
it
this
down. You said a threesome, right?
right. And they wanted to try a hookup with a threesome. So that's when we end up crossing that
No, hold
line.
on, hold on, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Were you with someone and brought a third in, or that's what I'm asking you to explain, not the.
Okay.
So he was with the
The
best friend. The best
I
friend brought another person in, and it sounds like that they had sex together. They did something together between the
yes.
three of them.
That's what I was asking. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And the third person caught feelings.
Oh,
The person that you brought in caught feelings.
the person that
Correct.
the other. Oh, well, that
The
that can
friend brought
happen.
in.
That's what I call Pandora's box. You can't control what happens, honey. You can't.
Right.
You can't control those
Say it
variables.
again.
And I've been in
So
that
that's
situation as well. Like when you have a threesome, that's why they always say like one person gets jealous. If I'm in a threesome, that's why I always give both people equal attention. I'm not gonna even if I like one more than the other, they're not gonna know that because I'm um I was trying not to be graphic.
Right,
hold
like
on
Jim.
and hold on and hold on and then didn't you mention that the guy mentioned about that he was holding out for sex like he wasn't having sex right now or something? Like I thought
Uh,
I heard that because I know somebody had mentioned about as far as with me and the whole thing of me talking about me not having sex. Like there was the other part that I was trying
I
to
don't think
like
oh boy
clarify.
is no. I definitely don't think he's having sex with oh boy. So he's having sex.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I'm not sure how I heard that too, but I'm not sure how they connected the two on that one.
Chad, somebody message Brandon on whatever and tell him to come on in here.
I don't see him. Is he down there? Oh. So here but
No,
here
I'm
but
talking
here's
about this.
but here's
Somebody
my
send him a
thing.
link on Instagram or something.
But look, here's my thing though. Here's the thing I want to get at because once again, back, before I decided as far as to go through the whole thing of I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. The reason why I stopped that, as you all know, I've said it a million times, is because of stuff like that. When you don't know how you're emotionally set up, everybody can't be a Bambi. And not, I mean, I'm only putting you out there
Hmm.
for example because I know the fact that you're very transparent about your situation, Bambi. Everybody can be a Bambi to where they can separate certain things going into it. Everybody doesn't have that mental capacity. Some people are just not emotionally there to learn how to separate certain things and go into certain things with that kind of mindset. So because of that, I feel honestly like the dude, like the guy, Brandon, just he what happened, and then as a result of that, it's just like his feelings got involved and he underestimated a lot of stuff, and as a result of that, he may have made some what I would call kind of not so good decisions, with certain things. But I will say that the good thing about it is that it all depends on what you do going forward. Now, if you still continue to as far as go in them same cycles and you don't already learn from it, then that's on you. If you haven't
Yeah.
learned from it, that's on you. But depending on what you do from here on out, would dictate as far as okay, did you take this and did you use it as a building block to actually, okay, say maybe this is just not something that I'm equipped to handle. Maybe our relationship is for me, or maybe it could not be. Maybe it could just be a thing of he just is not that kind of person, to be up here hooking up with people because he'll end up getting attached. Because some people can confuse good sex with love, and
Oh,
I've seen it.
I'm
I've
not
seen it all the
saying
time.
I'm not saying people can't find love on a hookup because I've met good friends to this day from like 10 years ago off of a hookup or whatever stuff like that. I'm not saying it can't happen, but what I'm saying is you have to listen to what somebody if somebody tell you. something up front, you have to take that for face value and listen to what they're telling you. Now, not saying that things can't change, stuff like that, but some people confuse. That's why I typically don't kiss or all of that during a hookup. Not saying it doesn't happen, but it's very rare because I that's one thing for me as a rule for myself that's very intimate. Like some stuff I do a lot, but some stuff is still kind of for somebody that I more so share feelings with. So
Right.
some people confuse good sex with, that's why child, like if I do have intercourse, child, doggy style, like I don't want to look at you. Like it's no way that you're not looking into my eyes. We not fake. We not fake making love. It's not none of that. It's not one of them.
Okay, no
So
But
gazing.
you
No
but you've
yeah,
gazing.
we
already
not doing
established
all of
that a
that. That's how
relationship is not
people.
for you, right?
No, I'm not saying a relationship isn't for me. I'm just saying that's how I stay out of that. So when you say how do I separate it, that's one of the things that I do. Like I'm not about to sit up here and look in your eyes and you sitting up here long stroking me or whatever the case may be. Like we're not doing none of that.
Well,
Like
I'm
for
gonna tell you
what?
right now, if we fucking, we kissing. Period. I'm not fucking nobody else
Right.
after
I
that.
agree with
I'm
you,
not
Mister,
kissing
I'm
on that.
not
Yeah.
I'm just
doggy
saying.
style, baby. Don't look at me. No, we not doing none of that. It ain't. That's how people confuse. That's how you get confused because somebody done dicked you down real good and done looked in your eyes and oh baby, it's good and all of that. That's how these girls out here move in after 2 weeks and you wonder how the gays
Mm,
end up in a whole lease together and then be
mm,
talking about they roommates after
mm.
they done broke up
Girl.
and can't afford to
Say it
break their lease.
again.
Let's
Say it
not talk about
again.
those relationships that's 3 weeks, that's the equivalent of 3 months, and 6 months is equivalent to two
Girl,
years. Like, you know how
and
the
be
girls
broke
do.
up
Right.
and be broke
Mm-hmm.
up. Oh, we
Yes.
can't hook up because my roommate is here. Your roommate.
Right.
What
Your
your roommate
roommate
got to
messed
do
with
Yes,
your
with?
girl.
ex
Bye.
Don't you
boyfriend.
got a separate room? Oh well, I don't like. Oh. So y'all used to go together. Oh, okay. It's one of them. Oh, okay, girl. No, we
Okay.
not doing
Listen,
that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's how it be though.
coming from a
And I
dude,
said what I said.
coming from a guy who my last ex was a guy that was actually living with his ex.
Oh.
Yes, living with his ex.
Mm-hmm.
His
That's
That's
why
roommate.
I'm telling. That's right, his roommate. And the reason for that, I'm just gonna lay it here out
anytime
here for
somebody
you.
say they roommate, I don't believe that shit.
Right.
Exactly, and that's the reason why now I don't really get down with people who tell me that they got friendships with their exes because I'm like nah, like I'm just that I done been through stuff like that, and I'm just like look, I know better now. I'm not about to be getting caught up in that because of the fact that you up here allowing your ex stand because of the fact that he can't take care of himself or you feel sorry to put him out, put his ass
Mm,
out. Here, you
mm.
let him in the
Mm-hmm.
house freely, put him out freely, let him go and
Mm-hmm.
see and find his own place. You can't feel
Savon.
That's
sorry for
my
nobody.
motto.
What about it?
That's my motto. That X is for a reason.
What
Mm-hmm.
was it,
That X is
Bambi?
for a
Savon,
reason.
have you seen this video? It came out a few years ago where this girl had pulled up to her nigga's side chick house, and the dude came out the house, and the girl was like in this SUV on the street, so she banging on the door, telling the girl to come outside, and it was so funny because I was like, "Girl, you still fucking my man?" But it was so funny. I have to find it.
Oh,
Again,
She was banging on the door. She was yelling for the girl to come out the
Girl,
house.
bye.
She was like, bitch, you out here fucking my man, bitch.
oh yeah, I saw that. I
You could
saw
have
that.
fucked both of us. She said, bitch, I want some of that raggedy pussy too, bitch, and da da da. Girl, she was going in. She said, girl, I want my. She was like, bitch, you was over here sucking dick, bitch. I want my pussy sucked too, bitch. I want some of that raggedy pussy, hoe.
I didn't see that.
That's something my ignorance was saying.
But
Girl, I
once
wouldn't have,
again,
girl.
once again, it all goes
I was
back to this.
hollering.
This is why you gotta have your confidence and gotta have your mental state and your guard and know all of your shit is in check before you be allowing niggas to sit here and do certain things and manipulate your ass. All because they don't sit here and put good dick on you or put good ass or whatever they don't put on you. Like that goes for females too, heterosexual females. I know plenty of female women who have gotten caught up in situations to where they done met a dude and they thinking they in a whole relationship
Oh,
knowing damn well
Mm-hmm.
that this
oh.
nigga fucking everybody out here in the whole area code. Okay. So I mean it's something that happens and then when the shit pop off, they want to sit here and get mad and start to sit here and be fighting of other female. Now you need to go and stand and fight that nigga. You need to be getting a nigga together. I'm saying get mad at the female. Hell, she
Yeah.
just is sitting here, she just sitting on her role as a side piece here.
I'm not.
Or
I'm
maybe
not
she may be the
fighting
main
nobody.
chick.
I'm
I'm
not
not
fighting
fighting
nobody. I'm
nobody
not
either.
doing it. That's why I told people I can't do the threesome thing because I'm a want to fight and I can't. Like that's just stupid. Like I introduced this, I can't because I'm not mature in that space. And then outside of that space, I'm not a fight nobody because I don't know what he said to her or him or them. Like I
And
have.
you know what?
Why I'm
And
gonna
I
fight you, girl? He probably told you he wasn't. You don't owe my relationship nothing. You not in it.
and I've told people this before because I've been hit up by people in couples or thought I've been hit up by people in couples. Um,
Me too.
and have hooked up with them. Like sometimes I've been with couples, and which is fine, but then either one of the two will hit me up solo. And I'm
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
so
That
either
happens a lot.
it'll happen after, and I'm like, or it'll happen before. So I'm like, I'll be hit up and I'll be like, oh, well, me and my dude, we watch your videos, we, do what we do to your video, whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, but they don't tell me that until I get there. I'm like, okay, so where your dude at? Like, why you didn't hit me up with your dude? That's why I'm
Right,
like, that's why I don't understand. I don't like dudes like that. Like, I don't like sneaky ass niggas. I'm like, if your dude already allow you to do threesomes, why wouldn't you hit me up? And I can understand, your dude may not like me or this or that, but I'm
right.
like, if your dude allow you to do threesomes, that's something that y'all have open and shared together. So
It's not your problem,
why go outside of the rules that y'all have already set together and do some sneaky ass shit?
but they do.
I don't, but that's the shit that I don't like. I'm like, yo, dude is already giving you, you know,
But that's just what
free
people do.
will.
Right,
Hmm.
right. So
But
your thing is you
sometimes you
got
gotta have self control. You sitting up here just because you want me, I understand that your dude may not like me, and that's fine. It's somebody out there that
find
do what I
somebody
do.
else that y'all both
Right.
like and go there. But see, that's that Pandora's box that I'm talking about. In every situation, Bammy, that I have heard friends who've opened it up like that, it's been that same thing. Somebody don't follow the rules. There's always a little
Yep,
one
And
it's
off
always
that
like
ain't
that.
supposed. It always. So I'm like, no, I'm not. I just can't. I'm
you
not gonna
have to
do it.
Yeah,
be
that's why
mature and
I'm not.
no, I'm just saying not I wasn't talking
No,
about
no, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I'm not. I'm gonna be honest
she
about it.
said the way my mental is set up.
I'm not. I'm
And
real
that's a good
ragged in that
thing.
space.
It's a good thing that you know that though, because a lot of
Hmm.
people don't know that and they get
Yeah,
caught up in stuff like
yeah,
that, and then that's what leads to the shit seeing going down here because they don't know that. That's why you have to sit here and know that because I'm telling
yes.
you, I know it may seem like that people should know better, but I know people twice my age who still
They
don't
don't.
get it
They don't get
at
it.
Hmm.
all.
Right.
Yep,
And
yep.
that's what I was
Don't learn.
You felt that. I can tell in your face. You felt that.
that's
that
why I
was a
was
lesson I
saying I've
learned.
been in that situation that Brandon was talking about. This dude, I had been messing with him for a whole year before we ever had a conversation. And then one day we just sparked the conversation and I ended up taking him out for lunch. And we just started talking. We both said we didn't want a relationship. And we just started kicking it. One, he was an older guy, but he didn't look his age. He was still nice body, dark chocolate, all of that. So he we started kicking it. I go over, we would chill, watch movies, this and that, have sex, but we knew that we were still messing with other people. And what made it work for us was we had already established that at the beginning. We knew what it was. It was what it
Hmm.
was. We can kick it and all of that. We would just chill buddies. It was a situationship. So,
Okay.
he would cook. And what started to turn was, and I admit I fucked it up because it was a good situation, which I started catching feelings, and I was like, okay, because he was making it seem like it was more than what it was, and I was like,
Yep.
okay, what are we
Yep.
doing here? That's why I was saying I've already been in Brandon's situation, and I
Situation.
was
Hmm.
like, stop, niece,
You know,
you in danger, girl, like pull back.
that's why I told him what I told him. I've been in that same
Hmm.
situation.
Yeah, you gotta. Sometimes the older girls can put a little knowledge. He gonna do what he ain't.
Some
Even with
people
all
have
of that,
just
he probably was gonna do what he wanted to do anyway. You
Exactly.
can't. You just
right.
have to give the girls little nuggets. They gonna do what they want to do, and it's still gonna
Yep.
come out dumb in the end.
Mhm.
But at least you knew in the
Right.
back of your mind, girl, we tried to warn you, girl.
I tried to warn you.
Girl, I
Hmm.
That's
don't
right.
want my.
That's why you have to be smart.
I have
And this
warned
dude,
myself on situations and still did it. That's how I know it's real.
Hmm.
I
mm,
mean, we just all do. And sometimes that action and that experience is that life lesson. And some people learn only through experience. You know, you can't
Yep.
tell them nothing. They got to go through it. They got to
And see,
feel
I'm
it.
one of those people. I need to learn from experience. You can
Yeah.
just tell me something. I have to
Yep.
know
Me too.
why. I have to know the
You have to
reason
go
why.
through it.
Yeah. And this
You
dude, he
have to
made me
go
feel
through it.
like I was the one. Like
Oh.
he invited me. I've never spent a holiday with a dude, period. So he invited like Good Friday. He was like, okay, let's go out to eat. He got off work early. He came and got me. Or we met up there. Um, and he asked me if I wanted to spend the weekend with him, and I was like, Easter weekend. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, well, Chad, uh, I don't know how I feel about that. I ain't never spent no holiday with no dude. One, I ain't never been away from my family on no holiday. So I was like, well, girl,
That
okay, let
take
me
it to a
see.
whole nother level.
Yeah, this
Mm-hmm.
Negro introduced me to his family. Like I said, he's
Mhm.
older, so he has older sisters, and I'm talking
Yes.
about. We went to the family, baby. She made hot water cornbread and cooked the
Oh,
whole
hot
thing.
water
Oh,
cornbread,
Oh, baby,
bitch.
well,
they
let's
was
see
country.
then.
He knew how to cook and she knew how to cook,
Oh.
baby. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, so like
Teach
all
you
of
and
his
keep
family is
teaching.
over there. All of his family. That's why I caught feeling because all of his family was over there. They was liking me. I'm talking to his sister. She loved me. After
Mhm.
I left, she was still asking about me. Where JT at? I'm like, okay, so his little cousins. This little boy walked up to me and asked me, asked him. He was like, "Is this your son?" I was like, "Wait, why does he not know who your son is, and why does he think I'm your child?" So it was just weird, but like I said, he made me feel like I was the main one. So I'm sitting there. We was kicking it one day, and one of his little hoes from out of town was coming in town
Of
and
course.
called him. I'm sitting there laid up, like we had already did what we did, and he didn't already cooked. I didn't already ate full. I'm full and satisfied, all the way around. So I'm sitting there laying up under him, and how you're not listening to somebody's conversation, but you can hear because his phone was just loud. You can hear the other person.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I heard the other person, oh, hey, what's up, daddy? This and that, da, da, da. I'm pulling into town. I
Oh.
wanted to stop through. So when the boy said that, I raised up because he had his arm around me. We chilling in the bed. So I raised up. I'm not no hater. I was like, get it how you live. So I raised up. Like I was like, well, I can go. He snatches me back down and pulls me back down up under him, and he tells the boy, he was like, well, I got company right now and they not going nowhere, so you should have told me you was coming in town beforehand, so we could have scheduled that out. He was like, well, I'll talk to you later, and he hung up on the boy in his face. And I was like, and I told him, I was like, I can leave. I was like, if you don't get to see him, because one, we had that type of relationship, or excuse me, situationship where it was like, um we knew each other was messing with other dudes. We would even talk about hookups. And it wasn't like a competition thing. It was just more so we had we were comfortable around each other to be able to do so. And it was like we would share experiences. We wouldn't tell each other, what dude we was sleeping with, but it was just we would talk about the actual hookup or whatever happened or this was that and stuff like that. And it worked for us. But when you start bringing me around your family, your sister, and he would always tell me, "Oh, my sister asked about you today." He would check on me while he was at work, and so that's what made me start catching feelings because I was like, "Okay, what are we doing here?" On Good Friday, when he asked me to go to lunch with him, we walking down the strip, the gay strip, holding hands and shit. I'm like, "Okay, what is this?" That's where it started turning for me, and I was like, "Nah, let me just let you go because you're doing a little too much," and you know it was too much going on. So I was like, yeah, let me just go and pull back because
So I got a question, Bambi. So with that being said, being that you've been in that experience, you've seen as far as that side of the equation, as it relates in contrast to Brandon and his situation of not seeing, as far as I mean, he sees the light clearly. He sees the light now, whether he accepts
he
it
don't
or deals
see
with it now. Well, he knows what's going on. He's not as far as blind too, because if he was blind, he would have not brought it up. Ain't no bitch finna sit here and question nothing that they don't have no doubts about it. So if you got doubts about it, that's why you bringing
it.
it
He
up
just
because the fact that you
no.
suspect
He still
something.
questioned it. He just brought it up because he wanted the another outlook.
But that's right. But I'm saying that because of the fact that look, at the end of the day, he still know as far as in terms. I'm not saying that as far as has he learned from because none of us know that yet. But he definitely is aware, if you
Right.
want to call it, like Jasmine would sit here and say, You gonna know when some shit going on, whether you feel to see it or whether you want to see it or whether you don't want to see it. You know, you gonna know when something in your mind is telling you, hey, maybe this is something I don't need to be a part of. Maybe I need to sit here and separate myself. But what I'm saying is that seeing that, being that you was a part of that, and you caught feelings unexpected for this situationship, that's the reason why I was trying to say that, some people have they don't it doesn't cross as far as happen to them at the maybe at the same age as you. It may happen later on in life, whether you 30, 40, 50. It may happen at later on in life, because some people, it becomes a thing of where you in your mind, in the subconscious mind, you're so, as far as focused on one thing. It's like sometimes you get caught up in a moment that you fail to realize or what's really going on around you. So then you start, as far as like having these questions, like, well, damn, like you start saying, thinking to yourself, but then, it's like the whole time, yeah, you should have known better. But who's to say that a person should have known better if they never had a chance to actually experience that or go through it? So being that you went through it and you say that you learned from it now, would you go back into the same situation again?
I would go into that situation, but I wouldn't go in as deep as that. Like as far as um, I mean, I'm okay with the situationship, and that was actually the best thing for me, I would say. Um, because, like I said, I'm the type of person, I'm not jealous and I'm not insecure. So that didn't bother me that he was sleeping with other people or, this and that. Because, yeah, I ain't gonna
But
say
you had feelings,
I'm not a total bottom,
had
but as
history.
far as like, you know, he was very well endowed. So it's like,
Ooh.
you ain't gonna be jumping up and down to me all every day. He was a very, like, I don't, look, I'll be done went and found you somebody to, go on and play in their playground. Like, that didn't bother me on that aspect. Like, we can chill and kick it and stuff like that. Like, all of that doesn't bother me. Like, when we were together going out and stuff like that, we res- we had a respect level, and I think because he was mature, because like I said, he was older than me, because he was more mature, and I was mature even at that young age. Um, we had a respect level for each other. We never disrespected each other. It wasn't that type of thing. He wasn't sneaky. Like, I can't stand no sneaky ass nigga. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it worked for us. It just caught me off guard because again, you're bringing me around your family. We hold, like, when we start holding hands and all of that, like, it's becoming more. So that's why I asked him, where are we going with this? But as far as that, that's why I had to pull back. But would I do it again? Yeah. With the right person.
Knowing that you got feelings. Okay, so you won't do it
With
with the
the right
same.
person.
Okay, because
I
I was
would,
about to say,
yeah,
was it
I
gonna be for
would.
this? But knowing that you got feelings, knowing that you had history and feelings for this man, that you actually got caught off
Well,
guard,
actually,
what
like,
you stated
actually,
and had
I'm
feelings for
lying.
this man.
I don't like, to be honest, I don't like the backtrack. So even though I caught feelings
Because
for
I was
him,
about to
I
say,
wouldn't.
you can say that you won't do stuff, but once you get in
No, I
that
don't.
situation
So
again, it sucks you back in. You get caught
I've
up.
only backtracked one time, and to be honest, when I backtracked with that dude, now me and that dude, we were talking. That was something different, but that was a whole different type of situation. I backtracked with him one time, and then like when you backtrack with people, for me, like now I'm seeing all the things that I don't like about you. Everything I thought was cute about you is no longer cute. Now I see why you get on my nerves and this and like now it's everything is open and it's like, oh, that's why I don't like you. Like, so that's why I wouldn't backtrack because it's a different outlook. When you start kicking it with somebody, it's like, oh, he cute, this and that, and oh, that's cute, and you overlook their flaws basically. So now that your those glasses are off, you look at them totally different. It's like now you seeing everything that's fucked up about them. Oh, your hairline is like this, or yo, I don't know. It's just everything is
It's
different.
like
You just
when
everything is
when you
different.
backtrack, you're more objective than you were
Right,
before. Yeah, no, I get it.
right.
You can look at it from
your mind and not your heart that time around. You're like, no, you can see all the shit that them rose color lenses had on when you were engulfed in them.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not even. I'm like, yeah, your sex ain't even all that. Like how we
Like,
used to
why
have
am I here?
passionate sex. Like especially if you used to have passionate sex with somebody, and now you looking at them like, it's like the passion ain't there no more, so the sex ain't as intense as it used to be. I'm like, I can't.
Mm.
Okay. All right.
I've
All
been
right.
there.
I hear you.
I
Can
mean,
we can we speak to the couple on the panel?
oh Lord.
I'll just
What
play.
do we want to ask the couple on the panel?
I'll just play.
Messy, messy, messy.
We have to give them some years, I think, and let them experience each other and see. Because I have to say, I before getting into an official long-term relationship, what I
Mhm.
thought relationships were and what they actually are two different things. I can
Right.
honestly be honest and say that now. Before, girl, oh no, if you do this and you do that, then that means this, that, and the other. Not necessarily. It's a lot. It has taught me some shit. Not
Mhm.
Right.
disrespectful shit, but it's taught me that it's not a fairy tale and it's not as black and white as you think when you
You have
don't
to put
know.
in work. You have to be
You
willing
do.
to put in the work.
You have to.
Right.
And it can't and it has to be, unconditional for it to really work. If it's with the a person that you feel is
The right
worth it
one.
now.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to be willing to put in the work if it's the
You
right
do.
one. Yeah.
If it's the right one. But if it's some bullshit, girl, don't waste your time. Or if it's some good
Right.
dick and you just feel like you want to stay in it for that moment, then that's fine. But call a spade a spade.
But
But
see,
even if it's
that's the reason though why I be trying to tell y'all I be trying to keep my legs closed and everything and keep business closed because of the fact that I already know what it gives and I already know the roads. Like I'm telling you, I done been dealing with 10 years in the rodeo has taught me a lot when it comes to dealing with guys. I'm just gonna say specifically guys in this side of the equation, because of the fact that when it comes to certain things, a lot of my experiences thus far has been with dudes more than women. So with
Mm-hmm.
that being said, I've learned that you have to learn how to, as far as being strategic about certain things when it comes to a person. Like it's don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a hookup, there's nothing wrong with a threesome. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But if you know that's not your thing and you know that you're not equipped it with that, then you ain't got no business going over a nigga house after a certain
Mm,
time of night. You need to
mm,
stay your ass at home. Don't be going over nobody's house at a certain time of night. Matter of fact, don't even go over nobody's house, period, if you know that you can't stand and control yourself. Keep your ass at home. Don't be staying entertaining stuff like that. Y'all can talk on the phone, y'all can meet in a public place, but you got to know how to
Mhm.
set boundaries because of the fact that, look, you got to sit here and say at some point now, you can't just sit here and be making the same mistake over and over, your whole life and thinking that, oh, people just gonna sit here and take pity on you
It's
because
gonna have
people are
a
going to
different
start
reaction,
seeing you as seeing yeah, if people gonna start
a
seeing you as
different
being an
outcome.
easy person. So that's the reason why now it's like
mm-hmm.
when I make it be known that, hey, if I'm trying to get to know, if you wanna, as far as have as far as all of this, I'm setting the expectation up front, saying, "Look, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm not gonna do. If you don't like it, I ain't got no. I mean, that's your prerogative. But I'm just saying that there are certain lines I cannot cross because of the fact that I've learned from my mistakes. I know that this is not my mindset. It does not work for me. I'm not hopping into bed with you. I don't care how much I'm not doing it at this point because of the fact that I've learned that if you don't know how to separate certain things about it, sometimes it's not about so much as having self control. It's just about knowing your strengths and weakness. So if you know your strengths and weakness, why even put yourself in situations to be tempted for? Like, don't even see and put yourself in a situation to be tempted. Don't put yourself in a situation that you're gonna be hurt if you already have learned from the past that, hey, this is just not something I'm good at. Because then what's gonna happen is that you're gonna end up catching feelings. Then your ass gonna be over here acting gonna be over here acting crazy, and you're gonna be called a crazy one because of the fact that this dude done fucked you so good that now you think you in love, but yet instead he over here doing his thing, but now you can't seem to understand why 1 + 1 don't equal 2, and it just become a whole big mess. So that's why I always tell people, like, you gotta understand yourself first, and understand what things about you are as far as trigger things, and things that make you that make you go down certain roads, that may cause you as far as to go certain places that you might not be ready to go. Everybody is not equipped to sit here and be getting caught up in threesomes and hookups and friends with benefits. Those are some dangerous situations to be playing around with. If you
Yeah.
don't want to be playing no grown man games, stay your ass away. If you already have learned the first time. Now, if you ain't
Hmm.
learned the first time, maybe you got to go through it, because, like I said, everybody ain't wise. Wisdom wasn't given to everybody, and sometimes wisdom comes with experience. So if you have not learned, then you might have to learn the hard way. However, I know people who have been burned, and they still going through shit now to this day, because of the fact that some people just don't learn, because some people just fail to sit here and, as far as, identify certain things within themselves, and they get so focused on trying to reach a certain goal of thinking that, oh, if I just do X, Y, and Z, then maybe this man will love me. Maybe he'll want to be with me, things of that nature. So it's just like, you gotta understand yourself before you can be out here trying to get caught up in everything, and be out here trying to be grown, playing grown folks games. You can't be doing that.
I think you also have to know why someone is not wanting to be in a relationship at that particular time.
I agree. I agree.
Because people don't want to be in relationships for different reasons. Like me, myself, I'm not looking for a relationship at this time because sometimes you have to self reflect, or you have to get yourself together to have something to bring to the table. So for me, that's why I'm not looking for a relationship. And that's how also able to block out all of that, because that's not a lane that I'm trying to be in. I'm in the far right lane. They trying to have relationships in the far left lane. I'm not trying to be in that lane. Or excuse me, let me say the left lane is the fast lane. So, the relationship is more the slow lane. So they always to the right. I'm not over there. I'm going 80, 95. I ain't trying to go 60.
Right.
And that just maybe be where you at right now in life. Like, it's something that completely
Not
is
saying I
respected,
don't
at
want
least you.
that. That's just not where I'm at right now.
Right now. Right. I don't think a lot of people are honest about that though, and that's what leads to a
Right.
lot of confusion.
Not at all. A lot of people are not, honest, because of the fact that is people see when people see commitment in relationships, they see it as a painted picture, like what you see on movies and stuff. They think it's like that. They don't understand that that comes with a lot of other stuff that people really are not equipped to handle, or is ready for. Because when you get in a relationship with someone, you're taking on that other person's weight. And that's the reason why. I know Sophia was on live this morning, and she was talking about the Will and Jada thing. And as much as I
Hmm.
was so sick of hearing about it, but one thing that I was trying to, as far as down in the comments, trying to let people know, is that Jada mom was the one that wanted her to get married. Jada never wanted to be married. She cried on her wedding day. She did not want it. Her
Hmm.
love, I would have considered more Tupac versus than it being Will, if you really want to think in terms of a relationship. But she didn't want to get
Hmm.
married. She got married because her mom forced her to get married, and because of that, it was just
Wasn't
like,
she pregnant?
I'm not sure. I don't know. She may have been. I just know I was reading
I
somewhere
think
to
they
where
said
she
she was like
cried.
6 months.
She cried on her wedding day because she was like, it was not something that she was ready for, wanting to do. So it's like, now here it is, all these years later. It's like, people be, up here wondering why. But y'all gotta look at it from the start. Like, it wasn't, maybe this was something that was supposed to be been meant to, as far as actually should have happened between the two of them. But it's, now that it has, it's like, they probably decided, well, shit, we done been married for this
We
damn
gonna
long.
make it work.
We gonna
Yeah,
make it
they're in a
work and just make
marriage.
it do what it
They're
do.
in a
Yep.
marriage, but they're in a situationship also.
Right, a
Also.
situation shift. And that's just what it was. So it's like, now people are getting mad, as far as Ed Jada saying that, oh, the tables have been turned as far as in this situation as it pertains to a heterosexual male and female, because it's like, normally it's the guy or whatever. So that's, I mean, according to what people are saying, but now it's the female, who is like this time. But I'm just like, the way I feel about it is that you have to look at it from a picture of, if you already, I feel like this, if you already knew that this person probably was not marriage material, and then it's like fast forward, because I do feel like that Will is hurt at some point. He may not say it on camera, but you can see it that he definitely, because when he mentioned about, they was talking about something to the extent of, him getting her ass back or something like
Oh,
that.
he said,
Yeah,
"Yeah, I'm
about
gonna
That,
it.
get you back, and I wasn't
yeah,
messing with you no more."
right.
But I
Yeah.
feel
He
like
was
he's done
laughing.
his stuff too.
He
Right, he
looked like he was
definitely
about to
has.
cry, but at the same time, it did seem like he had already done his little dirt.
He had done his
Hmm.
little dirt. Right. He had done his little
But you
dirt
could tell that he
with
does love her because he looked like he was about to.
Of
If he
course.
yeah.
hadn't already been crying, he was trying to hold back from crying.
Right. And see, that's the whole thing of what happens. It's like when you start bringing other folks into the picture, like I hear all the time people say that, oh, they in an open relationship, and oh, we believe in bringing
And
people,
that's their
into
business. I
our
don't.
bedroom. And that's perfectly fine. But however, as it pertains to this situation, my only thing about that is that if you gonna see it, and if that's what you're gonna claim to be, I mean, as people have already known you to be, as far as being open, as far as not conventional, as it pertains to the traditional relationship, don't be surprised when stuff like this comes back up, or stuff starts regurgitating itself, because of the fact that that's how stuff like that works. When you open up certain boxes, you don't know when that stuff is saying come back to light. It could be years later, something that you don't see here and fought and done got passed over. Now you here it is, you dealing with it again, because now you got to sit here and
Hmm.
deal with somebody else's feelings. And now because this person is in his feelings, now you got to see here all the shit again. And now here it is. I can just about bet you that this won't be the end of it. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if one or two things happen. If they don't end up getting a divorce, or if they just say fuck it and we just start saying doing whatever we want to do and just live our lives and just don't even try to hide shit no more, and let it just be that. Because it's just like now, it's like now that everything is out in the open, there's no need to keep up this image. I mean, hell, y'all done damn admitted that the shit was true. So what else is there to sit here and try to keep under wraps anyway? If you want to sit here and do you, do you.
If I
I
was in
think
that
that's
situation,
exactly
I
what
wouldn't
they're
even
gonna
have
do.
said nothing. I'm
Well,
like,
they just
cause
felt like they needed to, and I felt like they were also saving Og, because they call him Og. They were
mm,
also
Right.
saving him because of the fact that I believe there is some love that's there, and they didn't want people to think that he was a home wrecker because of the fact they were not officially together when they started their affair. So I understood why they said something.
I don't.
I just feel like I'm also with them though now. If the timeline is what they say it was, then why now? So then if it is something, if it truly is an opportunistic way to boost the sales of your album, then
Right.
I probably wouldn't have said shit. I would have just let him lay in it. You
That's
get
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying
saying?
because Jada
And
did say
just,
she was like this was
yeah,
like 2 or 3 years ago. So
right.
if it would have came out when it happened, okay,
One
fine, speak on
thing.
it. But
Yeah.
after 3 years, girl, I wouldn't have said shit. I'm not about to comment on that. We are no longer doing a do. We ain't together. Like, I'm not
Right.
about to comment on that bullshit. I'm a Smith. You know. Not saying that they're better than anybody, but they're more elite, and I'm
Yep.
not about to comment on that. Girl, bye.
I
So
don't
here,
think
so
it was really that long.
I
So
don't
here's
either.
my but here's my thing on that though. Being that I've watched the documentaries, because his album is actually a visual album that's based off a series of documentaries that
Hmm.
pertains to his. It goes back and gives you a glimpse into what he was going through at that particular time of
Hmm.
everything as it pertains to, like, he was sick. He talks about his health. He talks about, as far as him coming up in the music industry. He talks about his childhood being molested.
Hmm.
Like, his whole album is kind of based around these documentaries that are
Hmm.
based around with him sharing a lot of his story as it pertains to who August is as a person. So I feel like, as far as the narrative, the reason why he decided to sit here and come forth and share is because it fits into the actual album that he's been
Hmm.
producing as it pertains to the actual documentaries. Because I mean, he talked about, he didn't talk about, I don't think he talked about the Will and Jada stuff in there, but he talked about that he was molested. He talked about his mom doing all the crazy shit, when he was young. Like he talked about so much stuff that he, as far as having really never seen touched on. He talked about his health, as far as him, with his autoimmune disease and how, he was just so sick at one point and, just going through all of this stuff. So I feel like that this whole thing was kind of a way for him to actually, being that we know now, and it has been confirmed that he was dealing with a lot of things, and Jada, and I guess was like, you want to call it the saving grace or the Smiths was his saving grace. It's like it all kind of fits into the puzzle pieces, kind of makes sense as to why he decided to come forth with it now. It's because
Now,
it's like he's trying to get a lot of this off his chest so that for his own self healing. It just so happened that he put it into an album, and so because it's to an album, it's like his album is based around him telling his truth, his story.
I
So
think if he was going to do that, he should have. One, I do think it was for album sales, but I think the reason why Jada spoke on it was because she was like, "Well, hell, if you gonna boost your album sales, I'm gonna boost my Red Table Talk views or whatever." I think that's why she did comment on it, but I think they went about it the wrong way. Will shouldn't have been the one asking her questions. They should have either had
yeah,
another.
I thought that was
They should
weird.
have had.
I did
They
think
should
that
have
was
had
weird.
another power couple. Like hell, they could have called Steve Harvey and Marjorie, since they like to say in the media, or
girl, them
somebody.
Okay,
hoes can't talk. Them
they
hoes
can't
can't
talk
talk.
Or
either.
but they
I
should have
like,
had
Oh my
they should have
God.
had August come to the table as well.
agree,
So because
I
agree.
the,
I
did
agree with that as well.
all them little half-ass answers that Jada was talking in circles about, she didn't really give us no real insight and information. I'm like, girl,
Okay,
you
Well,
talk
sitting up
about the
here
damn
trying to save
entanglement.
face. I'm like,
I think
Will is
it.
over here. That's why Will called her out. Nah, girl, you didn't do
Well,
this. You did X, Y, and Z.
right. Don't be talking about an entanglement, is what he
All
said.
right,
Now, I
talk
think
about a
if
damn
Og was
entanglement.
there,
Shit.
I think if Og was there, it would have gotten really real, and that would have been to me. That would have been transparent. It would
Right.
have been raw, and I feel like it would have catapulted the views. I mean,
Now,
let's just bring
Mm-hmm.
it all out there.
who should have been answering asking those questions was the grandma, because Mama don't play. She would have dug in that ass.
Okay.
She
Hmm.
don't play, but I think her and Jada is a lot alike, though.
Yeah, they
So,
a
Her and
lot
her
of
mom
like.
are just
Mhm.
alike.
They
Her and my
are.
mom are just alike.
and I
I feel
think
like it should be like over
Look,
or
they
like
should have had
done.
Mama D on there asking questions. Mama D would have got up
oh,
in
not Mama D,
there.
No,
not
she
Mama
don't need to
D.
be doing nothing. She is fine.
But I think Jada and her mama. So you ever heard of the complex? I see certain women, and I feel like they date like dudes. They handle relationships like dudes. They the dudes, and every
Yeah,
dude they get in a relationship with, they got a whoop because they handle them like dudes, but they females. I think
right.
Jada and her mama are just bosses like that, and I really feel like
Hmm.
Will didn't have a chance to begin with. Jada like thug dudes. That's why she like Tupac. I feel like
Right.
August gave her
Hmm.
that same energy with them tattoos and all the other stuff. So there's some similarities that's there. But I also feel like they also weren't ready for Jada because we think Jada's so sweet and all this other stuff.
Girl,
But
I don't.
Jada
she's a niglet, okay? She runs
Jada
it.
runs her house. She runs Will. If you listen to that
Mm-hmm.
story that Tiffany Haddish told when they was making Girls Trip and they went to the swamp tour, you could
Hmm.
tell even by when Tiffany Haddish was explaining that story, Jada runs Will. She treats him like he's fragile because he's this A-list celebrity. She treats him as if he's just, she shelters him basically. And that's why he's kind of like running wild. He's a big kid, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of, I ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
say he got that Michael Jackson complex. It's not, I don't think it's that deep, but it's something.
She run it. She the
But
boss
did
of
you
all of that.
Hmm.
was that you that played that video Save on Friday when you was playing when he Jada had recorded his ass and he said get that damn he said get that damn camera out my face, like he got mad at her, like he was in his feelings about that because she was recording him or something. They was in the kitchen and he had
Oh
mentioned
yeah, no,
something.
that wasn't
Yeah.
me. I saw
Somebody had, it
that,
was
but it wasn't
somebody.
me.
Somebody had
Yeah.
it was somewhere I saw somebody had put a video basically like they was in the kitchen and Jada had recorded and Jada was like, you see what I
Mm-hmm.
gotta deal with? And Will was like, get
Mm-hmm.
that camera out my face because he was like, this social media, he was talking about how his bread and butter and how, this is house and all this stuff. Like he was kind of like, and you could tell clearly there was some friction going on. as far as in their household. I think that was like recorded like a couple of maybe like a year ago. I want to say that thing was recorded when I saw
But
that.
what's
But
so weird is he says that, but within the last 2 years, he has actually accepted and been on more social media
he
platforms
has.
of his own, like
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
doing things. So you can say what you want
Jumping
to
out
say.
of
And I believe, like,
helicopter.
yes, with his girlfriend on the side that ain't Jada. But
Yep.
yeah, let's just be real. So they all have their little things, and I feel like they've been together for a long time. That they just understand that it's just more than just us. It's
Tasha,
just
yeah,
more than
Tasha
just
K.
us.
That's who it was. It was
Tasha
Tasha K. I knew
K.
it was somebody. Yeah, that's who
Yeah,
played the
Tasha K
video.
broke that story like 2 years ago, and everybody just think that it's just new. I'm like, girl,
She's the one that played the video because I was on her live. What the thing? It was Friday. I think she went live, and she had like 30,000 people watching her. And she started playing this video, and that's when I saw the clip. I had already seen the clip prior to, but I seen the clip, and it re-jogged my memory, and then it got me to sit here and thinking, like, you know what, like they said, they had already been going through their own shit, prior to this stuff coming out. So they already done fought, probably done dragged each other, probably done broke a couple of vases, honey, vases in the house, probably done seen them busted a couple of
but
windows.
Tasha K is the one that broke the story of her in August 2 years ago.
Right, and nobody believed it. I saw she
Yeah,
You
said
know
that.
what?
Mm-hmm.
Her views be on point. Like she has
right.
like a massive following.
She
Tasha
had
K
Baby, she
does.
30,000
don't care.
followers
She
on
don't care if
live.
you hate her, love her. As
She
long
She
as you
don't, and
don't.
that's
clicked
how
on,
you gotta
as long as
be.
you clicked on her video, she got that view.
That's how she gotta be. And
She
I
said,
ain't
"I ain't
quite there,
blocking
so
nobody. You can call me bald head. All you can." She don't be
hmm
caring.
Um,
Did you see her drinking out the bottle the other
oh
I saw
wow.
that.
what?
day? Child, she had that bottle tilted. Do you hear me?
Look, her ass be drinking so much damn wine. I'll be like, Lord have mercy. I'm a
D
black
Star,
woman
you
in a
sleep
white
over there?
man's
What's going
home.
on?
He's working.
Honey, this
Oh,
must
I'm
be
at
a
work.
spam, honey. Let me block. Do y'all see that coming down there? That must be that spam.
Hold on, let me see.
what comment?
I'm a black woman and I would like to be called the N-word. Oh, it
Who
looked
the
like it to
Uh,
hell?
me.
I ain't said nothing about. I ain't said nothing about that.
I
So she
think it
black. She
is.
a black lady, and she want us to call her nuts.
No, that ain't
No,
the N word. The N word she talking about.
yeah, I think that is spam because I don't understand the
Yeah, that's
N-word
fam.
while
Somebody
having
else
I'm
call
sex
her
with
sorry.
the N
white
word.
women.
I'm
I had to
confused.
block. I had to block you, boo. I don't know if you real or not, but that sound like some old
That ain't
child.
had nothing to do with what we was talking about. She
At
just
I
wanted
all.
some
ain't said nothing
attention.
about no white man. Because
Nobody.
if a white man call me an N word while we have the sex, honey, we gonna sit and test some shit up. Be like,
Oh,
motherfucker, who you talking to?
girl, I don't know. It might be hot for a second, and then we talk
I
about it
mean,
Mm-mm.
it is.
afterwards.
But honey, let me tell you,
You so
I'm glad you
stupid.
spoken that.
Mm-mm.
I ain't gonna lie. You get caught up in the passion of the heat, but
Mm,
That ain't no caught up in nothing.
it would be for
I
me.
actually, I actually got a friend. I kid you not.
Mm-mm.
And even though we're not close at this particular point. But he is white,
Mm.
and I'm gonna be very honest. What he used to sit here and call me. Now this was back in the day, and mind you, I'm not like I said. I always stay still by what I said. I don't really get caught up into a lot of stuff because I let this stuff go over my shoulder, which
Yeah.
I probably should have not let that. But he used to always, just with me personally, used to make and crack the joke about me being his nigger friend, is what he said.
Oh.
Oh, I would have
Oh.
Yes,
been killed that nigga
And
right
you
there.
would
yes,
enable her.
yes. So with that being said, that's the reason why
I'd have went to jail.
it's like now, looking back on that, definitely, I would say that, he definitely is wrong as hell for it, but
That's kind of like Kaya shading T.S. Madison while she's sitting next to her.
I mean, so like you couldn't say that. You couldn't say that, but you could be like some. God damn, this nigga pussy good. Nah, been all right.
You so
Mm-mm.
stupid.
No, we ain't doing that either.
Girl, you
see
ain't
I would
never
have
that.
been
with
all
Look,
me.
right.
let me tell
I'm
you,
going
I
to
would
I
have been
mean,
all
jail.
right.
I'm
What
I'd
going
have
they
to
been
I
all
say in
mean,
right.
jail.
private with
now.
you, they thinking about something. They,
They're going to have to put me in
Listen,
solitary confinement. Let's
no,
So
they
just
is
say.
that with
not.
the A or the ER?
So
They
legally,
the
Leah
not.
only thing you
says,
can call
I
me
don't
while we
care what
having
it
sex is
is.
bitch.
You ain't calling me nothing.
legally, Leah
Mm.
said, I've unconsciously called my white ex nigger doing sex, but never the other way around.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, all right.
So
Black people
that's
tend to
each
do
his
that with
own.
white people
Girl,
anyway.
what?
Why I don't know.
And look, Erica said, Leah, no.
Why
Look,
you
But
look,
calling that
black
motherfucker
people do
that?
tend to call white people niggas though. It's like
Okay, I'm about to say I do
I've
see that a
never
lot
called none
now.
of my white friends that.
But
Me
I've
either.
seen a lot of black people that call their white friends. They when they all be together, they refer to them as that.
or they just
Oh,
like I've seen people
oh,
on YouTube do that. They'll be covering the story. They'll be like, look what this nigga did. Like it just comes out, but
Like,
it's yeah.
yeah,
I've seen that.
oh.
and see that, and see it's like I would try to always tell him back
Somebody that
then,
we
like,
all
look,
watch have done it.
right,
Oh,
and that's the reason why I was saying that. I was trying to tell my friend who I was telling you about that. I was like, look, you if you around the wrong people, they gonna end up saying either trying to cut you, shoot you, or do something to you because of the fact that you being so openly with that, and stuff or whatever. And it's just like, whenever he used to see and say, we would have conversations about it, but I guess that's why we're not really close anymore. And we don't really talk. So who knows? It is what it is.
Erica, you can't leave no comment talking about Leah no and then turn around and say you done did it when you got pissed off.
Oh,
right,
What she
right,
say? What she say?
oh my
right.
God.
She gonna leave a comment talking about some Leah no, then turn right around and say she done did it when she got pissed off.
What?
I guess call the white person a nigga.
Girl, man. I ain't
You
never
can't
called
you
As the
no.
can't
world,
you can't
as the
shame
world,
Leah for doing
as
it
the
and you do
world
the
And
same
turns.
see,
thing,
and
child.
see. Now y'all know how my mouth can
Look,
get.
Leah
Well,
talking about
y'all
some
really don't know
right,
how my mouth
okay?
can get. But I give y'all a little taste once in a while. But
What about taste? Somebody said something about taste. Huh?
boy,
Oh,
go
Oh,
back
I'm
to
here we
work.
go.
sorry.
Here we
Go
go.
back to work.
Okay.
Anyway, like I was saying, I give y'all a little taste once in a while. But I ain't never say that crap to none of my white friends. And I had to gather somebody because they let their white friends say the N word around them. I'm like, girl, when your white friend gets shot up, it's gonna be your fault because you let him say that shit around you.
Zylan, what are you over there eating?
Ice cream,
I was like, 'cause you done smoked
Child,
25 times.
child, when is he not eating ice cream?
Okay.
girl, don't
what
you
happened?
start.
I'm
He
eating
done
ice
Child,
smoked
he
cream
20,
always
too.
eating
What you
ice
he
talking
done
about?
cream.
smoked 25
I'm eating ice
times
cream
all
too.
listening.
They both
What?
always swallowing ice cream. Both of them always swallowing ice
So
cream.
he
Every
over there
time,
working and eating
right?
ice
First off,
cream.
I'm not
They ever use
swallowing,
Yeah,
ice
I'm
cream.
I
eating. There's a
am.
difference. Eating
You
and
said you not
swallowing are two
smacking.
different.
Well, what else you
You
call
said
it?
you not
Eating and
smacking.
swallowing,
You
it's
done
all
popped
the
your lips or
same.
whatever you would have called it, baby. You done smacked it to that microphone.
I'm not smacking. If I was smacking, you would have heard it.
Well, you popped your lips every time you opened your mouth.
Why you focus on what's happening with my mouth is?
I don't know what your mouth do.
Well, I can tell
Exactly.
you,
So what she
I'm
focused
focused
about
because
that
I'm
for?
nosy. I'm nosy as fuck. That's why I'm
Look,
focused.
exactly.
I'm focused
Because we
because I'm
know
nosy
you.
as fuck. I'm country.
Well, I'm from the north. We don't
I
do
ain't got
all
no
that.
shame in my game. I know
We
I'm
stay out
nosy.
of people's business.
Y'all do.
Well,
Ain't that where
well,
Wendy
everybody
from?
can't be from the north, okay? Some people gotta be from the south.
Ain't Wendy and Charlemagne from the north?
I
Listen.
don't. They ain't from the north. Wendy is from
Jersey.
Afghanistan.
He said
Mister.
Afghanistan. He said she from Afghanistan.
I'm kind
She ain't from here. And where she from, I ain't from. We don't do that.
D-Star, you over there doing a sew in? What you doing?
He at work.
No, I'm at my corporate job.
Oh, I'm so, excuse me.
right. Y'all know that baby be working, huh?
Come on, corporate.
I'm on call. Well, listen, this
Yeah.
has been great. I'm going to bed. I've had a cute little session.
Girl, your man been calling you, girl. She been ignoring him.
Ooh.
You.
You
What you mean, Colin? What you
Girl,
mean?
he was
What he
calling you
said
on Jasmine
earlier.
Live. Okay.
He was right here, honey, the whole time.
He
He
gonna get
said he
tired.
wanted
He
you.
gonna get
He
tired of
said
your
he,
ass after a while, saying, "Look, now I don't need some me time."
girl, he told her to take that Edna
He
off and put
got
on that 28.
Mm.
I gonna play with you, Bambi.
You stupid girl.
Girl, I saw her
That
switch that
28
wig.
pearly,
She
honey.
knew I was the one that
Yes,
brought that up. I said,
you
girl,
did.
we wanna
We
see
want
that
to see
wig.
that hair.
Okay.
I was like, okay, hold on. Let me just show you one of them, honey. Hold on one second.
Girl,
So
what
that you
happened to
can
the live
see.
yesterday? Right after baby,
Child,
they shut
probably
your shit
copyright.
down. Baby, they shut this shit out.
Girl,
I was like, ooh.
yes, they did. They was like, listen, we playing. So I got disputes. I got like 20 disputes out there. We'll see what they
Damn.
do.
But you got 20?
Uh-huh.
Oh, girl, you might as well just
I
forget
got
about that
20
video.
disputes because I was like, first of all, girl, it's entertainment and we just reviewing it. Ain't nobody monetizing off this year, girl. It's a celebration of the doll, honey. Just tell me what you need to do. And they still may like be like, ugh, but I gotta
What's that
download
song
it
she got?
also.
Not on my watch.
Tell me I'm ready to learn. What's that song by Fantasia?
Teach me
Teach me I'm
what
ready
you
to
Yeah,
learn.
will.
when I tell
Yeah.
you I was living for that song yesterday.
Yes.
Yes, I was like, okay, well, so it's in a review right now, but I have, like I said, downloaded it, so I have the full video that's on my hard drive that is still up on Periscope because they didn't shut it down.
Are you the HBIC tonight?
Uh-uh,
He thinks
I'm
he is.
not.
No, I'm talking about Tristan.
Oh yeah,
I
I had
had
to
to
I had to turn my other thing off.
That's what I said. Are you the HBIC tonight?
Hell yeah, I've always been the HBIC on my channel.
I can't speak
Mm.
on that with Savon channel, Savon the HBIC, and on Jasmine channel, Jasmine the HBIC.
yeah.
Mm.
As
Come
long as
on,
you know.
Are you not the
come
power fem no
on,
more?
Say
H
what?
Vic, come on,
Oh no, I'm not. No, I'm not a power. I'm not a power film at the moment. For now, I'm just
bitch. That
I'm
shit,
very.
That ruined
I
my
saw
life.
that. I
that
was
shit.
like, what?
That ruined my
I'm
I
like
life.
was
power
like,
film. I'm
where that
like,
come
what
I was
from?
happened
so
there?
confused. I was so confused. I was like, he
He
really
was like,
over here.
I don't know how that got that way.
I was like, girl,
Yes,
is
you
you
do.
auditioning for Legendary? What's going on?
Oh, right.
Right. Wait,
Hey,
did y'all have y'all
you
been catching
know,
up on Legendary? Speaking of that,
I
Somebody been
haven't.
posting
I'm
the
mad
clips on
because
YouTube. I
I
caught up on it.
haven't seen it.
girl, when Dominique went on there, girl,
Yeah, she was too much.
no, she
I
wasn't.
Too
I'm
too
the
much?
icon, and she was too much, girl.
She wasn't too much for me.
Miss Law has to get her together, girl. You a
No,
guest,
she had to
Oh
get
my
Law together.
God, here we
It's like
go.
lately we need to get
mm-mm.
Law together continuously.
Girl. Them titties look
But
compressed.
I
I don't know
don't,
why she having that tight ass bustier,
I don't
girl.
know.
You know
I
No,
what?
don't
See,
know
I'm not
why.
with y'all.
I don't know why Law always got a damn pantsuit on. But she was fashion
cause
good.
he's a man.
But you a fashion
You know
good.
what? See,
He's still a man.
Girl, I
y'all,
didn't
His
say he wasn't a
y'all,
his
man. I
his
just said
eyewear
every
is
single time he
Gucci.
got
His
the
suit is
same
Gucci.
tired ass daggone pantsuit on. And I'm like, girl, you gonna give us a different outfit. Give us a tighter suit or something. Like, what is you doing?
Mm-mm, mm-mm. I was just glad she gave us a
woman.
different hairstyle. I was like, girl, okay, pull this hair up in a bun and do something with it, child. I
Sure.
don't law with them wigs, child. I was like, give us a different
But
hairstyle
you
or
know
something.
Law loves to
You
be
talking about the suit? I was talking about the hair.
Law loves to be a glamazon. So you know.
I don't get glamours on from her,
Oh,
but okay.
Savon, you
As
still
I
there?
said, he likes to be a glamazon. I didn't say he
Mm.
was. I said he likes to be.
I didn't really.
Is
I saw
Savon still on
every.
here?
Yeah,
Savon.
Huh?
Oh, okay, we were just checking. You here,
you
Mister?
can't
I
hear
asked.
Tristan.
What you say?
She on here,
Hey,
Mister.
look,
She.
I wanted to tell you last night, baby. You was giving me Megan the Stallion tease with that damn hat and that damn wavy. How many inches was that you had on
28,
28,
last
honey.
honey.
night? I was
Yes.
like, okay, come on, big old freak, big booty, big
Big
old
old
freak.
freak. Big old freak. Big booty freak. Bitch,
All
that's the one I had to
right.
pull out for special occasions because that bitch hot.
Look, she was sitting pretty.
She thick, honey. You be like, girl. I'm gonna be sweating in 2 seconds.
That's
See,
the one you gotta
I
tie
can't
down,
I can't
honey,
do no long hair. I've been
so
trying
she
to take that
don't
shit off.
slip forward.
I'm like, I appreciate it. Yes, honey.
And
Yes,
then
God.
I was looking at I don't know, I was on somebody feed and I was looking at how they put the lace front, I guess, on when you have to like paint over and shit. I said, child, it's too hot for all that shit. Who got time to be doing all that shit, laying that shit down like that? Child better snatch some shit off.
Girl,
Oh, you talking about the
yeah.
ball cut?
If you want it to blend and look like scalp, that's a part of the
Mm-mm. It
But
seems
process.
like it's gonna
it's
be
too
really
Yeah,
hot in
hot.
Texas.
It seems like it's gonna be really hot and it's gonna
it
get
can
really
be.
That's
And then you got to
childish.
make sure you use the right adhesive that's going to work towards your body chemistry because you sweat and create moisture. So you want to make sure that product actually holds and bonds throughout those moisture moments. So yeah.
moisture moments. Yeah. Hey
Hmm.
And you got
George,
to make
what's
sure you
going
pick the
on,
right lace
George?
too, because some of the
Ronchi.
you may pick the thicker lace.
Well, y'all, I didn't want to hold y'all long. I just wanted to get on here. I'm gonna go hop off and I guess go find me something to eat, put some in my mouth, and lay down.
Yes. Go get
You
you
about to do
Well,
I'm
something.
gonna
what?
You
give you
sure
a
that's
call.
all you gonna put in your
You
mouth?
about to do what?
but I do thank all of my panelists for coming on tonight and all those things. I do
You
thank
can't
y'all.
hear.
Be sure to watch all of our
Sorry, when you
He
saw
channels.
how
If
he
you don't
ignored
know them
that.
by now,
mm-hmm.
then
Can you hear,
yeah,
He heard
yeah,
me, girl.
yeah.
Mister? Can
He
you
just
hear?
acting like he didn't hear what I
Can you
said.
hear?
Right.
Can you hear
Until
us?
next time, guys, it's
You
been
can't
the
hear us.
DC Lady
I
Show
know
He
you
get
can hear
me.
us.
with Mr. 6ft8, Savon, Silent, D Star,
Yes.
Demby. Thank you
So
all,
you
and I
just
will
gonna
see
ignore us?
y'all
That what
later.
you gonna
I'm
do?
gonna go to bed.
Right.
You just ain't
Right.
gonna
He
listen
just
to us, huh?
ignored me, girl.
Is that what you doing?
Girl.
All minds and
The
hearts are
Yeah.
clear.
the shade.
Yes. Good night.
Good
Everybody heart
night.
clear. Everybody
Good
heart
night,
clear.
Yeah,
everybody.
all
All hearts and
hearts and
heads.
minds
Good night,
clear.
y'all. Yes.
All
Good
hearts
Indeed.
and
night,
minds are
girl.
clear. Okay,
Yes.
good night. I
Good
just had to
night.
make sure all hearts and
Good
minds
night.
are clear. All right, y'all. Good night.
Night.
Chill.